Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First of all, let's thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who has given us mercies and blessings so I can finish my draft proposal. And secondly, salawat and salam to our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam who has guided us from the darkness to the lightness. The Honorable Mem Gemi Nastiti Sakir, SPD, MPD, and Mem Fitri Radiani, SPD, MPD, as my advisors. The Honorable Sir Samtidar, SPD, MED, EDD, and Mem Sharifa Farahdibah, MHum, as my examiners. Let me introduce myself. My name is Rimuliana Amiruddin. I'm from English Education Study Program, Class 01 2019. In this moment, I would like to present my research proposal. The title is Students' Perception on the Efficiency of Application and Media Use in Online Examination. Okay, next slide is introduction. Introduction contains background, problem statement, the objective of the research, and significance of the research. Next slide is background. The researcher chose this title because of two main reasons. The first one is based on personal experience. So, according to the researcher experience, with an online examination, there are several teachers who select the application that will be used. This is one of the reasons why the researcher took this study. If there is no initial information about when the online examination will be and what application will be used, I think it will be complicated for students. As a students, we must prepare several things before online examination. For example, internet connection must be stable, and tools for online examination like a handphone or laptop or application that will be used. And the second one is online examination in this era. As we know, there are a lot of applications that can assist in evaluating students' learning. Various media and applications have been used by the teachers to evaluate students' learning. There are applications that can be used in online examination, such as Google Form, Quizzes, Google Classroom, WhatsApp, Kahoot, Hot Potatoes, and Zoom. So, the teacher must take the advantages of this application to evaluate students' learning. And the third one is related studies about online examination. The first studies was by Azmina Soliha and Guritmo 2017. This research focused on students' perception of online examination using Google Form. And the findings of this research can be categorized into three parts. The first one is internet connection. Students had trouble when completing the online examination using Google Form when the internet connection was unstable. And the second one is time. Time limitations were used in this study to avoid cheating. On the other hand, the time limit caused anxiety, avoid, and a rush in answering the questions. And the last one is online test format in Google Form. The online test format on Google Form makes students scroll up and down, and consequently, it is confusing and time consuming. And the second study was by Nugraha, Salsabila, and Ramadiani 2022. This study aims to investigate the online assessment using by quizzes and find out the strength and the weakness of quizzes. The use of quizzes to evaluate students' learning prevents students from becoming bored and anxious every time evaluation is held. However, some of the students have obstacles with internet connection, so students should move to an area that has a stable internet connection. And one limitation of past studies is the focus on the use of Google Form and quizzes in online examination. And in this research, the researcher will investigate applications and media which efficient according to students' perception. Okay, next slide is problem statement. The problem statement of this research is how students' perceptions on the efficiency of applications and media used in the online examination. The second one is the objective of the research. The objective of the research is to investigate how students' perception on the efficiency of application and media used in the online examination. And the third one is the significance of the research. The significance of the research is the first one is for theoretical significance. The result of this study is to provide specific knowledge about students' perception on the efficiency of application and media that are used in the online examination. The second one is practical significance. The first one for students. This study will give an opportunity for students to present students' opinions on the efficiency of application and media that used in the online examination. Now, for teacher, this research will provide some applications that can assist teachers in the online examination. And the third one is for the researcher. This study will enrich knowledge about application and media that are used in the online examination. And for school, this research is expected to increase the quality of schools in evaluating students' knowledge. And the last one is for other researchers. The researcher hopes that the result of this study will be useful for further researchers who will conduct the next research about online examinations. And the next slide is literature review, which include pertinent ideas and conceptual framework. Next slide is pertinent ideas. The first one is about perception. According to Goldstein and Sasiamani 2022, perception is everything you experience through sight, sound, taste, touch, or smell, which produce of your knowledge and past experiences. In this study, the researcher will focus on the experience of students participating in the media and application or platform used in the online examination, which is suitable to students' needs and conditions. And the second one is online examination. Online examination is a test or examination that is conducted by a laptop or handphone using the internet. An online examination can be fulfilled everywhere, and the result can be automatically calculated after students complete the test. The third one is media. Media can be defined as an alternative for educators when providing learning materials by getting the full attentions of students to facilitate the achievement of learning objectives. And the fourth one is application. Application, according to Huda and Priyatmana 2019, an application can be defined as a program in the form of software that runs on a certain system that is useful for assisting various activities achieved by humans. And the last one is efficiency. According to Cummins 2017, efficiency is the result of some sort of activity change in one group from another leading to improved performance. Efficiency can be defined as utilizing the advantages based on previous things while using less memory, energy, time, and other researchers. Next slide is conceptual framework. Based on the conceptual framework above, the researcher wants to investigate students' perception on the efficiency of media and application used in the online examination. And this study will focus on third grade students of SMA Islam Kalukuang who are the object of the research. And the researcher will investigate the efficiency of application and media used in the online examination through interview. Okay, next slide is research method, which contains research design, place and time, population and sample, research instrument, procedure of collecting data, and technique of data analysis. Okay, the first one is research design. The researcher will use descriptive qualitative research to gain information about students' perception on the efficiency of application and media in the use in the online examination. According to Silverman 2021, qualitative research is the kind of study that observes people's experience and provide us to understand what is important for people. And the second one is place and time of the research. This research will be conducted at SMA Islam Kalukuang in November 2022. And the third one is population and sample. The population of this research is third grade students of SMA Islam Kalukuang with a total of 50 students, and the sample of this research will be taken using a purposive sample based on the consideration. The sample in this research is one class of third grade students, and the researcher chose third MIPA with a total of students, 25 students at SMA Islam Kalukuang. And the researcher chose a class with fewer male students because usually a class with many male students will be more difficult to manage. And the researcher will choose third grade because the researcher considered that students in third grade have more experience in the online examination. Another factor to consider is the total of students must be old because at the end of the study, the researcher will determine which application is the most efficient in the online examination based on student perceptions. And the fourth one is research instrument. In this research, the researcher will use interviews to collect the data from the students. The purpose of the interview is to gain depth information about the students' perception on the efficiency of application and media used in the online examination. The researcher will use notes and tape recording or handphone to get detailed information from the students. Next slide is a procedure of data collection. The researcher will use interview to collect data from the subject of the research. The researcher will prepare some questions for interview about students' perception on the efficiency of application and media used in the online examination. And after that, the researcher will interview students at SMA Islam Kalukuang about the efficiency of application and media used in the online examination. The next one is technique of data analysis. The first one is data redaction. Data redaction refers to the process of selecting, focusing, simplifying, and transforming the data from that have been collected from the interview. And the second one is data display. The researcher will present a set of information from the interview. And the last one is data verification. Data verification is in this section, the researcher will drawing conclusion and verification from the data. And I think that's all for my presentation about my draft proposal. And wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.